Remember, the YouTube ads feed the ducks. Good morning, everybody. It's July the 9th of the Duck Adventure, and we've got 6 Muscovies. We've got one right there on this tray, only one on this tray, and he just came out with a little guy. Oh, he's struggling. Oh, he's got mole markings on the back of his head. And then we've got over here, we've got 5. We've got this guy here. He must be the first one that hatched. He's really fluffy. And then we've got 3 back there. And then we've got another one. I'll try to get you a clear shot here. Look at that. 6 Muscovies. Oh, he's so cute. So I wonder how many more we're going to get. And the rest of the trays, nothing. I'm looking here. Yeah. The rest of the trays, nothing. So we'll see later today. This is the bar none the best. Well, I just thought another one was coming out there. It was just him moving. This is the best Muscovy hatch yet, but it's still sad, you know, 6 out of 63 eggs. But Doug and I just got back from the feed store. I ran out of feed. Well, I knew yesterday I was going to run out of feed, so I had the old 6:30 a.m. as soon as they open up, run here. Hey, Doug, stay, Doug, stay, stay there. Good, Doug. Oh, right to the fence. Oh, he's, I think he's due for another whack. He's unbelievably thick. Look at that little guy. Dougie, come here. Oh, you know, for a dog that's, oh, sorry about the bad camera there. For a dog that's, you know, completely freaked out of the fence, he runs right towards it. It's unbelievable. Like, at least Rocco, you know, when Rocco got whacked by the fence, you know, it actually was a year before he would even go near the pen. Doug gets whacked by the fence, and next day he brushes up against it. All right, duckies, how are you doing this morning? Oh, we got some ducks in here. Oh, no food and almost no water. All right, guys. Oh, everybody's huddled together. All right, let's get some food to these little guys. Let's look at them. And they need to be cleaned out. They got the poop seriously pounded down. But that first I've got to make a little section for them because these guys are going to get moved out of here today. They need a little more room. Oh, look who's up here, Doug. He's jealous. He wants to go and see the ducks. All right, let's get these ducks fed. Well, the ducklings were hungry. The other horde is going to be really hungry because I fed them last night around, I think it was like 6 o'clock. Well, no, 5. It was 5. It was just when that rainstorm hit, or 5:30. It was so funny last night, Doug. He was inside the feed shack when it was pouring rain. Oh, Dougie wants to go into the truck. See, the truck's his new hiding spot. This is where Doug is. He feels he's the safest. So. All right. Well, my skid fell over. So that's a whole bunch of thumbs up, people. That's a whack of duck food. Right, Doug? And that'll last us, at the current rate of consumption, 15 days. Well, I hope you liked the video for what I just showed you. That's a big skid. That's the biggest skid of food I've ever bought at one crack. So that was 46 bags altogether. So now we're going to head down to the little horde that is consuming this. Look at the little pigs. They're waiting for me. They're cleaning out the feeder here. They're so desperate to eat something. They're cleaning out the dust in the bottom of the feeders. I'm coming, guys and girls. Oh, they're so cute. All right, Doug is coming right in today. He was in here last night with me. It was so funny. He was hiding in there during the big rainstorm that I was showing you last night. I was in doing the feed, and he was standing underneath there. Poor ducks wanted to eat. Oh, look at the little things. What a rainstorm last night. I gotta scrape duck poop again down the other end. it was just washing down big time. So I'm gonna get this food into the feeder for them so they can eat, and I'm gonna have my coffee. You're not gonna believe it. We've got another storm blowing in. The black clouds that are rolling in right now. Oh man, I gotta get down to the swamp and cut more. I cut a lot yesterday. I'll show you guys after we take our little tour here this morning of some of the cool ducks. Where's my Dalmatian ducks? Where are you guys? Oh, there they are over here. It's unbelievable. They're really getting their colors. Look at that duck. That's a really cool looking duck, and there's another one that his markings are actually even better. Where is he? Where is the other Dalmatian duck here? Okay, now I can't find him. There's only two of them. Oh, there he is. He's over on the other side. This guy's got a white chest. Or I should say a white neck, I should say. Underside of his neck. He's really looking neat. And they're as big as the Pekings. That's the thing, is that, you know, they're not a small little ruin. They're actually a fair-sized duck. It's well, they're going to be a month old here in 2 more days, so I think it's 2 days. And last year, you know, it was the day 32 that everybody got to free range, but unfortunately with this fox, until I get all the cutting done, I can't let these guys out. And believe me, I want to. It's real bad. The poop is unbelievable. Like this end is just full of poop again from the rain last night. And the poor adults, you know, they're going crazy being penned up. We're on day, like, I don't know, 9 now. So let's I'm gonna get the water done here, and I'll show you what I cut yesterday as far as getting to the lake is concerned. The path, I made a serious dent in it. Well, now that we got the babies fed, they're they're eating a lot of food. It's and you know, like think about it, I've got another 130 in the barn. I've got you know, this weekend, you know, we've got the Muscovy's hatching. Plus another, you know, possibly 100 the following week, another 100. So I'm going to be going through a lot of food. So I need a lot of likes, guys. Please, please, please. All right, let's take a look here. I've got a, I think it was Bullmaster. Oh, I can't remember the user, the sub there gave me an idea, and I'm going to do it. No traps on nothing. I'm going to. I'm gonna take my trap, I'm gonna take my dog cage, and I'm going to configure it so it's a tunnel, so that there's a live duck in the dog cage, and the fox is gonna go in. I got some work ahead of me, but it's gonna happen because I gotta get this fox. But yesterday, I clear cut a lot of stuff here, and the thing is that the more I clear cut, the more trails I found of the fox. He had trails everywhere. It basically, if the grass was over 3 feet tall, there was a trail. It was crazy. So what I've done so far, and I'm not done yet. I'm gonna make it so it's impossible for this guy to sneak up on us. But I've started clearing all the brush on this side. I'm gonna go farther. I'm gonna go about another 100 feet that way, and then I'm gonna head up there. I'm gonna take all of that out so he can't sneak onto the yard anymore. So that's gonna be gone. I clear cut this swath here, I don't know, it's about 70 feet wide, right to the creek. So, but I've got to cut on the right hand side yet. I'm going to cut another, probably about the same depth, about 50 feet, so that we've got a solid, 100-foot path to the lake that, the ducks, can't get ambushed. I cut all through here, right to my compost pile, because there was trails all through this where he was darting out through the hedge, and they weren't duck trails. They were him. So I got a lot more cutting to do. I was on the the weed whacker stuck to the side of me. They're, well, 6 tanks of gas. And it was almost 5 hours. The rain was coming down. That's what finally stopped me. I was absolutely soaked to the bone. But actually it was nice because I was sweating like a bugger, and the rain was cooling me off. So actually I went about an extra hour longer than I should have. And my body feels it today. So I won't be doing 5 hours of cutting today, but I'll get a solid 4 in. I'm hoping to get 5 tanks of gas through the bushwhacker. So we're going to make another dent in there. And like I said, I'm going to clear all of this. This is all going to get cut. There's going to be no more hiding places for this fox to sneak up on the ducks, because this is where the attacks are coming from. He's coming from this side of the property and he's getting my ducks right here. This is where he keeps getting them. So I want to get it so that he's got no more places to hide, and it's going to make it a lot easier to get a shot off on him, because right now what's happening is he's darting out from the grass and I'm getting like maybe a 15-20 foot top opportunity to get a shot off, which is not enough opportunity when you're dealing with a fast little critter like that. So I'm going to make it so that, you know, I'm going to see him long before you know, he sees me. I'm going to be up in that house and we're going to get him. But I gotta cut all this. Because I got to get the ducks out of here. Just listen to them. They're stressing. Yeah, I know. Once I get this cut, you guys can come out. I know. So I've got some serious cutting again today, and the black clouds are rolling in, so I hope it doesn't rain. That really slows you down when it's pouring rain like that. Well, we've got another nasty day here. It's been raining all morning. Every time I come out here, you know, I actually went down to the swamp and I started walking around, and it just started pouring, and I took a break and went and did some other work, and I came back, and I thought I'd go down there, and the water down there is actually, we'll go for a walk here. I'll show you before I'm going to go in the barn, and I'm going to do some work in the barn. Oh, hang on, Doug, we got to turn the fence off here. I'm going to turn the fence off here before Doug gets zapped, because he just hasn't clued into the fence. He's like, well, look at him. He's all running around all happy. Look at him. He's a happy dog. Hey, Dougie. Oh, I know, life is almost back to normal. It's not back to normal. He's just a little bit brain dead. He's slow, really slow. I'm telling you, this, I don't know how much electrocution he has to get before he wakes up and realizes, but the water today is crazy down here. You know, and I get down here, I start working, and it starts raining, and the thing is like, I've already changed my clothes twice, because you get soaking wet and you're trying to run a piece of equipment and you're cutting, and you know, the friction of your wet clothes makes it much harder. And I'm already tired because, you know, cutting the amount I cut here yesterday, I'm looking at what I cut, and it's actually, I'd have to say it's about an acre. It's about an acre I've cut so far. And like I said, I've got to cut the exact same down on the right hand side here, so I'll give you another shot here. I think I showed it to you this morning, but it's you know, there's going to be no way that Mr. Fox is going to be like, there's the creek right there. That's where the creek is. So I've gone, you know, about 50 feet down the creek. I'm going to go to the right here. We're going to clear cut all of this, and it's going to be impossible for Mr. Fox to creep up. So, but I'm going into the barn. Like, look at this. Like, the muck. It's just been raining. Like, it's nuts. Everything is just soaking wet. So. It keeps raining, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to the barn. I'm going to move the ducklings around. I got to get the kiddie pools cleaned out today to get ready for the hatch. I can't keep going down there and stop and keep, it's not productive. So I'm going to work on that, get that taken care of today, and then I'm going to instead of keep going down there in the swamp and getting caught in the rain, because this storm is supposed to stop tonight, and then we're getting 3 days of nice weather. So I'm going to start cutting this area right here. I'm going to get this close to the house. Now if it starts raining, I can get back to the house before I get soaked. So, but these poor ducks. And actually, once I start cutting this stuff here, when I'm cutting all of this, I'm going to let the ducks out, because I'm going to be right in the yard. And there's no way that fox is going to come into the yard with me, you know, weed whacking right here, unless he's really stupid, you know. And the fact that Doug is, he's sticking to me. I got Doug back. Well, he always was here, but for a while there, he had me worried, because he was sort of like, it was almost like he disowned me. He was so mentally displaced. The poor guy wasn't acting himself. He wasn't, it was actually weird. It almost felt like I didn't have a dog there. But now he's back, his tail's wagging. You know, he's, hey Doug? Oh, deer fly, I know, they're bad. Oh, Dougie. But his tail's working, so that's a good sign because he hasn't wagged his tail. I'm trying to think, actually I think since Saturday, since he got electrified, he hasn't wagged his tail. So today is the first day that Doug's gotten excited about living here, so which is really nice because I go to great lengths to make his life nice here. But I'm not gonna do a thumbs up segment here, but I just want to let you know. Like, take a look at this. The feeders are empty again. Now, there you go. Empty feeders. They're pounding the food down. Like this morning when I went to the feed store, I've never bought a whole skid of food at the same time. I had enough. I said I'd drive all these trips to town to get it. Got up early this morning. I was there at 6:30 at the feed store, and I phoned last night and I just told them, get me a skid ready. I'm not gonna screw around here. Throw a skid in. The old 1 ton was it was a good load. I think I had 2,700 pounds of feed in the back of the truck, so it was a serious load. Oh, look at this. Alright guys, as soon as I get the oh no, Doug. Doug's all excited here. He's talking to the ducks. Look at them. This is sad. As soon as I get the barn done, I'm going to focus on getting this area cut over here. And that way I can let the ducks out today. They got to get out of here. Look at the poor things. Like, this is just sad. I know. They're just begging me to let them out. I know, it's cruel. Trust me, we can blame the fox for this. You know, look at them, they're all coming up here. Everybody's coming up and getting let out. I hate this. I just hate this. It's probably it's the one thing I just can't stand what's going on right now, this lockdown. Because really, you know, if it wasn't for the fox, honestly, if it wasn't for the fox, you know, these guys would be, you know, even if they were around the yard, I'd still let these guys out. I'd let these 300 ducks out and let them roam because they're, you know, it's the 9th of July, so 3 more days, and they'll be the exact same age as last year when we let the ducks out. So it's like, they're like, they need to run free on the yard too. This life of being locked up is too much like a nasty factory farm. But like, look at this. This is like, you know, this is 80 ducks that do not want to be in their pen. I know. And there's so much mud around the property right now. It's like there's just a ton of mud and water for them to play in. And all right, well, I'm gonna go to the barn. I'm gonna get the ducklings moved around. I'm gonna feed these guys first, throw a bag of food in, and then get the ducklings moved around in the barn. And then I'm, you know, start whacking the bush up here, the brush, so that the ducks can come out and, you know, have some fun this afternoon. Hopefully, and we don't have to deal with a fox. Okay, we got ducks inside here. What are you guys doing inside? It's beautiful out. They're just starting to quack. Baby quacks. Oh, they ate all their food. I know. Alright, I'm going to get some rearranging happening here, and we're going to get the ducks, or the ducklings, some more room. Yes, I know. Oh, they're so cute. Even the month old, you know, they're so white and fluffy still. They haven't got their feathers, and they got that juvenile cuteness to them. I don't know what it is. They're gorgeous. I don't know. I love duckies. I think what I like about them so much is that they're just friendly. You know, they're just a friendly animal. Alright, I gotta get going here, get my work done so I can get some bushwhacking done today. Well, you know, on the duck adventure, you always get things thrown at you and you don't expect jobs. But because of last night's rainstorm, I've got another poop wheelbarrow, and I've got another one over there I gotta go scrape up. The amount of rain we got last night, it washed the whole pen down to the other end, all the poop, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. So if you don't stay on top of it, what happens is it ends up smelling like a cesspool, and it actually smells like rotted feces. It actually smells like a septic tank, which is just not healthy for the ducks to play in. You know, playing in fresh poop water is one thing, but once it goes stagnant and starts rotting, that's just bacteria, and it's not healthy for them. So I got a little more scraping to do before I can even get the ducklings expanded today in the barn and get back to cutting the brush. Well, you know, everything on the duck adventure always takes a lot longer than you think, or you plan out, or you don't even plan out, and then you know it happens. So I ended up getting 3 wheelbarrow loads of duck poop. It was unbelievable. The storm washed everything out, which is good. You know, it keeps the pen clean, and you know, we're in lockdown, and you know. Anyways, I've got the ducklings in their new home. What I've done is I've separated the barn in half here, well, about a third, for these guys. Now what's going to happen here is I've already got the nursery set up for this week's hatch, because this week's hatch is going to be in here for probably 4 or 5 days, and then I'm going to introduce them to this last weekend's hatch. This is, I think, what, 8 days between them or something. There's not a lot of time between them, so it won't be long that I can take this batch. Well, they're not there yet when they get there. Well, actually, the Muscovies that hatched yesterday will go there tomorrow. There's 6 Muscovies that are going to go in there, and then whatever ruins and Pekings, you know, hatch we're going to put in there this weekend. And we've got these guys have a new home now. Oh, I've got some visitors coming in behind us. They're curious in what I'm doing. Little sneakies. They're so cute. They wonder what I'm doing. They come in and check me out. I gotta change. Believe it or not, that straw's from yesterday, and it's just disgusting. But I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Get one more day out of it. Get my money's worth. It's not totally soaked yet, but by tomorrow I'll have to get it out, or I'll have an ammonia problem in here. But these guys have got a nice clean side now, and a lot more room. And now that they have more room, all they've been doing is cleaning themselves. So when they're piled on top of each other in the kiddie pool, which they've only been like, what is it, 4 days in the kiddie pool? Yeah, they basically give up on cleaning themselves. But they're so cute. I love little ducks. Yeah, there's so much work at this size. You know, I wouldn't want to say I wish they stayed this size, because you know, when they get bigger, they're so much easier to take care of. But they are so cute right now. Everybody's cleaning themselves. The Muscovies, which actually will be 2 weeks old, they're pretty soon they'll be able to go outside with the other ducks. But the Muscovies are really dirty. For some reason, the Muscovies they lay on the bottom, and then everybody lays on top of them. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if they like being laid on or what the deal is, but everybody's happy. Everybody's cuddling up with everybody, just piling on top of each other. They're so cute. So they've got a new home here for the next probably 10 days. Roughly. I don't know, I've got to figure out how I'm going to do this year. I've got the ones outside in 10 days, I'm hoping to have free ranging. So I might end up splitting the pen outside, you know, putting a grid out front so the ducks can go out front. I don't know, I have to figure something out here. The ducks outside, pretty soon when they get their feathers, you know, with the grid covering those little canopies I have outside for them, once they get their feathers, which is really fast here, like probably we're going to see a feather explosion in the next I say probably the 12-day mark. It's going to be a huge difference in the ducks, and when we get to that point, they're not going to even come inside. They can stay outside as long as they got cover and then go underneath something, which, you know, I've got enough of those grids set up outside. They can go outside, so they can stay outside. And these guys, which will have a, you know, a batch this weekend hatching, and they still need the barn to come in. So I'll probably end up taking some grid and, you know, grid off the front of the barn here, so they've got I'm gonna end up having the I got a hunch I'm gonna end up having the pen split into 3 sections here. But pretty soon these ducks over here, these 330 ducks, are going to be able to mingle with the adult ducks. So we're getting closer. It's a lot of work, you know. The Chinese with this death incubator really made my job a lot harder this year. Not only, you know, the heartbreak of losing so many ducklings, and, you know, it's just the work of all of the staggered hatching. It's would have been so much better if it would have, you know, done this whole thing in 2 hatches. But, you know, live and learn. Things go wrong for a reason. Well, I finally got everything done, all my chores outside, and I got this done, and I'm gonna go and do 1 tank on the 1 tank of gas on the bush trimmer, and cut some on the side there. Can't go down the swamp, way too much water today, but I'm lucky I did this today, that I got everything set up, because up in the house there's a whole bunch of ducklings hatched today. So I would have been pulling my hair out tomorrow, and I wouldn't get anything cut. So I was lucky I did this when I did. But look at the little cuties. They're so cute. They're just relaxing. They haven't really done much, except just, you know, basically lay around the corner here since I've done this, and it's been about it's been about 3 hours so far since they've been in here. They're so cute. They scurry around. Ducklings. Alright, I'm gonna go and basically burn a tank of gas in the bush cutter and cut some of that brush, and slowly but surely we'll get it so the fox can't sneak up anymore. Poor Doug, he's it's so funny because he basically stay in the garage, or he's in the truck. Hey Doug! Doug! Oh, you're such a silly dog. He's sticking to me like glue. But as soon as, you know, if I veer too close to the duck pen, I go over the yard, he's back in the truck, and he's back in the garage. I guess he figures that's the only place that he's not going to get zapped. He's going to take a little while to get his confidence back and figure out where the zap zones are and where they're not. Well, I did a tank of gas in the bushwhacker here, and we, Doug stuck with me. He's actually being really good here. He stays to a certain degree. He's staying away from the fence, but you know But it seems that when I go near the fence, it's like I think there's a lot of the trust factor, because that's when he brushes against the fence. When he's by himself, he doesn't go near it. So I think it's I just got to make a mental note to always turn it off. So. But I've got I made a dent in it. 1 tank of gas. We got this cleared out, chopped her down. I'm leaving a, and I think, I'm trying to think who it was. One of my subs here, I can't remember. I'm really sorry I can't remember your names, the user IDs. But I'm leaving a centerpiece up to grow. It's about 8-10 feet across, big enough for something to hide in. And this is the whole idea is, which is, it's a great idea, is I'm going to clear cut all of this. It's going to be just clear cut. That's going to be left in the center. So if he does come into the yard and he bolts back to hide, he's got a place to hide, but it's also a trap, because I'm going to be able to pick him off, because the way that is situated from up at the house, I've got a clear shot. And once I clear all of this out and then it rots down, you know, it'll only take a couple weeks and this will be flat. All of this will be rotted down vegetation, so it'll be, you know, he'll think he's safe, but he won't be if he reappears. Now this clearing out might actually, he might not even bother coming around anymore. He might, because foxes aren't stupid, you know, they might end up just saying to hell with it. It's a little too risky here, so. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna, like I said, I figure I've got about 40 hours of weed whack, and I did an hour and a half here already, so tonight. So I think I'm up to about 7 hours here. So the poor ducks. You know, I really hate this. This sucks. But tomorrow, I am going to let them out tomorrow when I'm cutting, because I'm going to be in the yard. I'm actually going to be physically right here, cutting all this out, cutting down in the swamp. You know, the chances of the fox coming in here with me screaming with the you know, the weed trimmer, bush trimmer, what do you want to call it? The clearer tool. We're going to get this cleared out so the ducks are safe and I can get them outside and get them out roaming around again. So this has just been a horror show the last 8-9 days here. Plus the feed is just crazy, the amount of feed, and I really want to get the young ducks out because the young ducks are the ones that will eat everything. You know, I've been throwing weeds in, picking weeds here out of the yard, throwing them in, and they're just like, they go nuts over the weeds. So it's just, you know, I got to get them out. You know, there's 300 lawnmowers, 330 lawnmowers in here that, you know, and there's a lot of food on this lawn. But I got to make it so that fox is, you know, because the size of those ducks, the ducklings, those 330 to be specifically, is that they're small enough that a fox could grab it and just to run, take off, gone. And you know, with their bigger ducks, he's got to kill it, drag it away, a little more commotion. I get more of a chance to shoot it, or scare it off, or Doug does, or something. But you know, if he's running through and he grabs one of these small ducks, he'll be just a drive-by, you know, kill. So I've got to make it so that it's, you know, as safe as possible around the yard for them. But they're so cute. They're the geese actually are the ones that eat the most of the weeds. They're the little pigs on the weeds. I've been picking my geese up today. I took a couple breaks. I was just playing with them. I should have put my pivot heads on for you, but I didn't. It was sort of selfish of me. I wanted to have some alone time with them. But there's some neat looking geese, like, you know, there's the gray and white over there. You know, that one, the gray and white ones are really hard. They won't let me get near them. They're actually really hard. They're from the second hatch. It's the first hatch that seems to be more imprinted to me. You know, the Chinese goose gets freaked out, but totally goes limp when I pick it up. But does a freak out at first. And then there's the big gray guy. He, same thing, freaks out at first, then gets really calm. So, I couldn't believe I got 3 loads of poop out of the bottom of that pen today. That was another, just, you know, sidetrack I didn't count on. They're eating right now. They're eating the weeds I threw down earlier. That's the thing. Young ducks will eat everything. They're like goats. But you know, a mature duck is picky on what they'll eat. Because I've noticed that this year, the mature ducks, when they were out in the lawn, weren't that good lawnmowers. So I'm looking forward to getting these guys out again so I can get my lawn cut. Plus, you know, they're eating grass. They're eating less feed. So I'm going in. We're going to go check the hatcher. We have a bunch of ducklings that hatch today. All right, I moved the one single Muscovy over from this tray because he was all by himself and I put him with his friends. So there's 6 of them in this tray. It's all fogged up here, but you can't see because the room's actually cool. So we have condensation on the glass, but there are some little yellow Muscovies with black heads in there. I'm trying to get you a better shot here so you can see what I'm seeing. You know, it's just, you know, it won't. But we've had a little bit of a hatch explosion here. This tray here, we've got 4 ducks have hatched in here. And in this tray, we've got a crossbreed that is actually black. The glass is so dirty, or not dirty, but foggy here. But we've had, you know, for a day early, we've actually got some action happening. Down here, we've got some pipping. And so tomorrow morning, hatch day, could be quite exhilarating here. There's nothing on the top. Oh, yeah, the top one, there's pipped through there. So we'll see what we get here tomorrow morning. It'll be exciting. The hatcher's working perfect. Those vaporizers, absolutely the answer. It's just a shame that it's 3 of them. You know, I wish it was one big one and it'd be a lot easier to manage. But then you could put a float in it and run it that way. But it works. It absolutely works. This thing, you know, I got the bugs worked out of it. It actually is working. It could be, so if I had an egg tray in there that moved, it could be turned into an incubator really easy. So So that's it for tonight, people. I'm gonna go have my I'm gonna have a shower and I need to have a shower. These bug bites. I was weed whacking down there and all that tall weeds, and it was just nuts. The mosquitoes that were coming out of it. Wrong time of the day to be you know, cutting in the tall grass and the tall weeds. I was just getting fed on big time. Poor Doug got just bitten like crazy by deer flies. He got bumps all over him. So I'm gonna go have a shower and help with the itch here and have my supper. So have a good night.